nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, thank you for the opportunity to gather together, council here, residents of this town we live in. Lord, we're going to open up by praying for Randy. Randy down at the hospital had serious surgery this week, and for Glory is. Lord, I pray that you provide special comfort for them and the rest of the family as Randy recovers. We just have him on our mind and in our hearts tonight. Lord, we ask you that you do the business of this community, Lord, that you would bring a special calm and unity to this building and this group as well, so that we can get through this and do what you want us to do to improve this place that we live in. Give you all the praise and all the glory for it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Floyd? Byron?
Here.
Jimmy?
Here.
Gus?
Here.
Billy? I'm here. Okay. Britta's absent and Jenny, they're both not here.
Consent agenda approval of the minutes. Did everybody have a chance to look at the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Minutes approved. Claims.
Okay, I make a motion to accept the claims.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Have a vote. Everybody say aye.
Aye.
Claims have been paid. Unfinished business ordinances 2026-3 rental policy table. And then you want to table these other ordinances that we got coming up?
We got to approve the claims.
We're gonna do it.
You just-
I just approve the claims.
He did just real things.
Okay,
We just approved the claim.
all right, go on.
If you want to table the ordinances, because we've got to keep people coming and get through them right away. The ordinances.
What about,
The ones that we tabled, if you want to table them again, we get these other.
that's up to you if you want to, until all the board members are here. Let's see what we got here.
I think we had three. or
We
four.
adopted 26-2, that's a sewer adjustment, water leaks. We adopted 26-4, Marshall's Reserves. We amended 25-5 about the off-road vehicles. We adopted 26-6, abandoned vehicle policy. Okay, we adopted the 26-7, it's ordinance for the fees for body cam footage if anybody wants that. And the only one we haven't really talked about is 2026-3 rental policy, which is tabled to further notice.
Need a motion to table it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to table these ordinances to the next meeting.
I have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Three ayes vote. Okay, new business is, the start of contract is tabled to our original contract. New business is bids for road grill. We got three bids still from that thing. My bid for grill number 3 is $40. Bill Hall.
Did you guys just vote on something? I'm so sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, we can't hear.
Like at all.
It's
It's the air.
It's there.
Yeah. Was there a vote on an ordinance or something, or was that just?
We
for-
tabled them for the next meeting.
till
We
next
tabled
meeting.
the
All-
rent all.
All of them.
All ordinances. So we get,
He said those two. Okay.
Okay. Large grills 1 and 2, amount of bid $50 each. Both, the bill is Bill Tress. He's bidding on 1 and 2 and 3.
did 50 each.
It's not a certain for the
Yeah.
officers, so.
What's the rest of $50 each for two of them?
Okay.
He's bidding on one and two, and
Yeah.
Paul's bidding on three.
Got it.
Okay, wheel number 4 is $50, Jess Fuel. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and got 3 bids. You get it?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody got the grills?
Yeah, we gotta accept that.
You make a
We
motion?
have to accept this bid.
So I had a note from Mara that the grills were deemed surplus at the last meeting, which
Right.
means you could actually follow any procedure you want. You didn't necessarily have to do city bids,
Okay.
but you can still. use
Congratulations,
bids.
you guys got grills.
Is anybody else interested in bidding on them grills? So nobody else is interested in bidding on them?
I didn't hear the bids, Jimmy, what do you want? Repeat
Okay,
that.
Hall, I'll read them again.
Thank you.
Bill Tresker bid on large grills 1 and 2, $50 each for $100 for both. All right, Bill Hall, number 3 bid is for $40 for Bill Hall. And the other one was,
Just few did
yeah, Jess Fuel.
for 50.
Yeah, you did all three
Yeah.
of them? Okay. That's it. So they got the grills.
Okay.
We don't even need a motion or nothing, we got it.
Okay.
Is that right? You wanna put that in the paper? You wanna put that in the paper?
Okay. Jimmy, we just gonna jump the rest of them?
What?
Scrap the metal, the rest of them?
How many of them are?
Well, there's 8 total, so
Huh?
we sold, so there's 5 left.
No matter. You
There's
want
8
those?
total?
There was 8 total.
4 bid on.
Okay, so.
Trust me, 2.
Okay,
So we got 4, and you got 4 more?
yeah.
Give each one of them one more.
Congratulations, you got one more.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Merry Christmas to you.
They're gonna get something.
Okay. Staff reports, street and water department.
Okay, oh, you go ahead, Chad.
All right, Seth can be here, but I'll just do the street and water and then the sewer at the same time.
Do both of them.
We did a fire hydrant. There was a fire hydrant on East Main and George that was kind of nudged off of its settings and stuff, and was no longer functional, so we actually had that replaced. In order to avoid it from being hit again and stuff like that, we put up concrete bollards on either side to protect that. So eventually we're gonna have to get some concrete in that one, and also on another leak that was fixed on South Union and Sheridan. So those are just concrete projects that will eventually get done sometime in the next month or so. There was also another water leak at the vet's office, in front of the vet's office and stuff that was fixed in the last month. We had a sewer line for a new house that was built beside 8789 South Straight Road 67, so State Road going out of town. Stuff. There's a new house, so we ran the sewer line for the on the town side for that house. Seth has been working on a valve exercise program that's per the IDAM requirements and stuff. I'm working on finishing up the asset management plan. That's that inventory for the sewer plant. That should be done in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to do one for the water plant. Then we'll also do one for the sewer plant as well. The street department. Seth and I met with Surf Internet. They are going to be providing, or they're wanting to bore and put in cables around town. They're starting on the south side of town, and so they're going to be actually using boring machines, so they don't have to cut up concrete or streets or anything else. So that's going to be starting in the next month or two. So they asked us to provide water map of the water lines and sewer lines So that's a project that might be, that if they go forward with it in a second. They'll still need, we told them that they still need approval from the council. So when they get a little bit more organized, they're going to be approaching council for final approval for those board. And then finally, we are, Seth and I both signed up for the water operator, to do the water operator exam, prep classes and stuff. And so those are going to be starting on Thursdays. Seth is going to be primarily taking those classes, and so all day Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the next 2 months or so, 2.5 months. He's going to be pretty much out of taking those classes and stuff. They're virtual classes, so we're just going to be taking them at the town office. But he's going to be pretty much busy all day on Thursdays.
But you're both not taking the same time.
No, I mean, well, eventually we want to take them and stuff like that, but we're going to be kind of studying tag team on that and stuff, because I haven't studied for anything for a very long time, and so I think it would just be good for us to do it
He's
together.
just getting started. You've already been started, ain't you?
I've already started on
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, and then eventually, I mean, once we get that out of the way and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and get the sewer license, but right now we're just going to do the water license.
Thank you very much for doing that.
All right, and that's it. So everything else on the plant is going well, and then also been very busy with, because the EPA project for the flooding is really starting, they finished the, with the meters and everything else, but they're asking for a bunch of information now from me on other things that are going on in town, like what's the cybersecurity processes at the sewer plant, and so getting all that information to them and a bunch of other information. So that's going to keep me kind of busy as well. But it's all good. All right.
Well, thank you.
I don't see that question.
Thank you.
Right.
Fire department.
So probably the biggest thing, we've got Redkey Gas Boom Days coming up, August 15th and 16th. 2 days of activities throughout the day, pretty much jam-packed. We've got a new trampoline shows when we put on 3 shows a day for that. And then more specifically for the fire department, we are doing a breakfast and lunch on Sunday. So appreciate everybody coming out and joining us, get your bellies full and spend the day at town at the festival. We've got some of the main events we put out on Facebook, just as separate events, so you can check those out on our Facebook page. And then we'll be getting the rest of them out here as well, and it's kind of an overall schedule. The other thing, we have had some preliminary discussions on with another fire department in Indiana about a new pumper. So still too early in the discussions to know if it's something that's going to go forward or not, but we've at least started talking to them about it. At least initially it looks like it might be a fit, so we're going to making plans to go down and visit them and check it out in person. So I'll keep you updated if that does move forward. And the last thing for the fire department, we were notified that we are being sued by Mr. Jimmy Phillips, so we'll be working on addressing that over the next month and a half or so.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Park department, she's not here, so you guys into the park department?
Yeah,
Well, Jenny's not here tonight, so.
basically we met on the 20th with Cian. She kind of enlightened us a lot on what we're going to have moving forward here with getting funding, grants, things to that nature. We have a meeting tomorrow with Paul Van Zeiss. He's the president of the Bryant Park Board. They were in kind of the same boat as us, except for we kind of had some equipment. They didn't have anything. And they've moved forward and got grants and funding, and they've now got a playground and different things that they're doing. We're gonna meet with him tomorrow. It'll be a lot of good info for us moving forward. I did drop off. We've got some estimates to have the basketball court redone. I got 3 estimates. Basically, they range from $4,000 to $2,000. The $2,000 quote would be to seal any cracks, seal the whole court, both courts, and then repaint this one for $2,000. The next closest bid is like $3,800 to have the exact same thing done. So us as a board, we would recommend that the council pick Top Coat to do this. It'd be total $2,000. He comes with a 1-year warranty. He'll come out, he'll clean the cracks, he'll seal the cracks, he'll coat the whole court, both courts. And then the main court out here will be repainted with the lines that's currently there.
Herman, do you think it might be better to wait till spring when the winter falls all over with?
I think we're still in July and August is plenty hot. I think we'll be
School's
fine.
starting in about a week, the kids will be going to school 5 days a week.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're sealing the cracks in it, that really needs to be done, keeping you the weather, water getting under there in the
You have
winter
to
time.
take them through the winter?
Yeah, to protect us through the winter.
Yeah, it's basically, it'd be the same thing as you having someone come and seal coat your driveway at your home.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's an asphalt sealer. And they'll put an a little thicker coat on the cracks before they seal it. And they will paint that. This one here, we've decided, most people I've talked to when it comes, like if we're gonna do pickleball there, they wanna have the posts and things in place prior to painting because it's all about measuring off of that.
Right.
So if we can get them both coated now, that one painted, that's kind of where we would be as a board. That's what we would recommend is the top coat to do that. Bill, do you have anything else?
No, I don't think so. It's just, it's a good idea just to do that this summer yet. And because, next spring, we're gonna put the new post in for this basketball court over here. And we'll be doing away with the, post and, goals over here, where the pickleball and the,
Cornhole.
cornhole's gonna go. So, yeah.
So then, we wanna go with, Accurate Stripping Company then?
No. Top coat, it'd be this one here. Accurate striping. So CK Coating and Top Coat both give a quote including striping. Sim Sealing they do not paint, they do not stripe. That's where the AccuStripe come in. AccuStripe goes with the Sim Sealing
Okay.
for the paint. So, and they were, and total for them was $41.25 to do both courts and paint one. And this guy here will give a 1-year warranty and do both courts and paint that one for $2,000. The other bid, the midway bid in between from the other company was $3,800. So, like I say, us as a board, we would recommend to go with Top Coat to get that coated, to get that sealed, and like I say, next spring, we'll get the poles replaced and move forward with what we can do. I mean, our hands are tied to a point as far as, equipment is very expensive. I don't know if anybody's ever looked into it or heard about it, but a playground like the newer stuff that's out at the school, the blue and white equipment, you're probably looking at $60,000 to $75,000 just for that equipment. So it's very solid when it comes to that stuff. So there are some regulations, but you gotta have, soft things below and things like that. Bill has got 2 of the, teeter-totters done.
It's just gonna be one.
Just
We can't find the brackets.
Can't find the other bracket?
Yeah.
Okay. So we found some brackets that were for probably an old project, and they weren't big enough, but we did find ones that are big enough, so we will at least have one that we can put up over there. That's pretty much all we got. We're gonna meet with Paul tomorrow. Hopefully he can kind of give us a lot of insight on what we're really looking at on what we need to do. Because basically you've got to have a 5-year plan to get most of these grants and things. DNR actually has the biggest grants that we can get. And we're going to work with CN. I think CN is going to be a huge benefit to us in networking and just getting with Paul and things. So I know the Portland president, park board president also want to reach out to him. We're just going to try to meet and talk with people as much as we can. And I believe Pennville and Bryant's going to be our biggest allies though, because they're kind of in the same position. They don't have income coming in like Portland and Dunkirk. They're smaller communities, and they've, you know, it's not I'm on this board that we're going to have to be a working board. We're going to have to get out there, feet to the ground, and, you know, and things. So, but that's kind of where we're at. We're looking, that's our project now, and then in the future, we're looking to get funding to make improvements.
So you're asking for $2,000?
Our board suggests that you go with the top coat ceiling to do the repairs for $2,000. And if you do not have a copy of these and you'd like copies, let me know, I'll get you copies.
We got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, President?
I need a motion, give the $2,000, whatever you want to do, make a motion.
I make a motion to give them $2,000 to take care of the ball court out there.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, have a vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, police department?
All right, some of you might not know me. My name is Zach. I'm an officer for Alex here. Been here for a little while. Kind of helping him build up the department, as I have many years of experience doing that. First off, I want to say thank you to the Redkey Fire Department. Saturday night we had a couple calls at the city building. A fan motor got burned up, got 140 degrees. We got it de-wired, pulled down, eliminated that. About 3 hours later, strong electrical smell popped up again. A ballast was 190 degrees in one of the lights. So it was definitely a busy night for them helping us. So we want to say thank you to the Redkey Fire Department for showing up and doing what they did. So Alex has given a few things that he wanted to touch base on. One was a request for breathalyzers. Drinking and driving is a big thing in this nation. Me and Alex both went to a breathalyzer school about last month. That got us certified on a toxalyzer that's actually admissible in court. So like we can actually use it, and I can take the evidence and saying, hey, you know, this is what they blew, this is our evidence, to get a conviction out for that. Right now we have one PBT, which is a tool that we use in the field for a breathalyzer test. Right now it's being loaned to us from the county. We would like to request the money to buy two for ourselves. That way we put one in each vehicle. That way we're not on loan for anybody and we have our own. The quote that Alex got was for one, but he put ×2 at the bottom of it. So for one, it costs $711.59. So for two, the total will be $1,423.18 for two. And those are state of the art, like what's being used by most departments nowadays. They have multiple features, Bluetooth, GPS tracking, printing features on them. So even though they're not admissible in court, they're still a tool for us. So that way we can see where they're at in the field before we take them for a blood draw or a breath test. So we would like to get two of those. Alex would like to spend that $1,423.18 on to get two of the LifeLock.
Can I get a motion to buy them two, please, Mark?
I'll make a motion.
I'll
I get a
second it.
Okay, let's vote on all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Vote down, Billy, you got it,
I appreciate it.
right?
Second thing he wanted me to bring up, we do have a reserve applicant. His name is Jordan Harder. I believe Byron has the application for him. He's a younger kid. He works for I think it's Wells County Jail. He works with Corporal Stromzak. Corporal Stromzak vouches for him. He seems like a good kid. I met him Saturday night. He would have to go through training and everything, but that's something we can work on with him to get him going. So that would be something that I believe we need to be voting on as well.
I've looked over the application, and really great, impressive. He has a good potential to become a good cop here in our town if we just give him the opportunity to do so. I met the young man too. I've talked to him Saturday night up there at the town office barbecue.
Yeah.
You want to call him in for an interview?
Boyd, what do you think? Yeah,
Make a motion, call him in for an interview.
I'll make a motion to call him in for an interview.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Call him in for an interview, please.
How do you spell his name?
Jordan is Jordan, and it's Harter, Harter.
Okay.
Third thing on the list, there was a big discussion about the gun range being opened up for the police department to use. The ordinance states no firearms in town. However, there are exceptions to that ordinance that's addressed in the ordinance as well that allows law enforcement officers to do so.
Yep.
With training and supervision and the performance of our duties. So with anyone saying that we don't have the right to in the ordinance, the exception does give us that permission to do it.
And I have got a phone call from our insurance, and they are covered. You guys are covered out there, so.
We also have an SOP in place for whenever we go shooting. Obviously, we have to have base protection, eye protection, ear protection. Our SOP goes a little bit further, I believe, saying we have to have medical treatment gear, like we have to have, tourniquets, quick clot, all kinds of things that way. If it does happen in the case of an emergency, we're there able to treat it before, fire EMS gets on the scene, and we can actually intervene real quick. So that just needed to be addressed real quick from Alex. I will say I did read over the ordinance, and I confirmed with him as well, like it does cover us. With it being used for town purposes, that's going to be up to you guys. I know some people have brought up, well, the police department can use it, so can town people. I can't make that determination. I can only say for us.
No, that'd only be for law enforcement to use, because our insurance won't cover town folks in there, just you guys.
We don't want them in there anyway.
Yeah, so.
They might be shooting at us.
But,
So I just kind of get that aired out. That way everyone understands, there are exceptions to that ordinance that permits us to do so. The final thing that I could think of, we had the part-time spot open up. No one applied for it. Alex, when we address that with you guys again, part-time policing is kind of dead unless there's perks with it. At that point, you might as well make him a full-time officer. So again, he needs help. He's getting burnt out. He's got the little one. The other night, I called him out twice for that fire or that burning smell in the PD.
yeah.
He had to leave his kid. We was working a case the other night. He was out till 3 a.m. So it's hard on him. So he needs help. So with there not being any applications for the part-time position, he want to see if you guys would be willing to open it up for a full-time spot.
Can we put an ad in the paper, Billy, for a full-time deputy?
You want full-time or part-time deputy?
Be full-time.
Okay.
We need a motion on that, we don't need a motion, do we?
No, I don't think we do it.
Just put an ad in the paper, Billy.
Yeah, for an ad, yeah.
Applications for full-time deputy.
You would have to put an ad in, and then I think you guys would have to change salary ordinance as well. 'Cause I don't know what the salary ordinance is right now for the police department, but if you add a full-time, you might have to change the salary ordinance
Well,
to.
the ordinance states that we, marshals full-time, or we can hire one full-time deputy or two part-time deputies. So that's already in place there for that.
Okay,
It's already discussed salary, which is,
okay, so with this, if you guys hire a full-time, you'd have 2 full-time and 1 part-time.
yeah, now that would have to change.
So,
So,
but yeah, he needs the help, and I've been coming up here as much as I possibly can. I know some of you guys have seen me up here at town board meetings, calls, so I'm just trying to help him out, that way he spends some time with his family.
Would you be interested in being a full-time deputy?
If the pay's there, yes.
it always comes down to that dollar, buddy.
No, I grew up here, and as long as it's not like too drastically low, I'd be interested. So,
You put it in the paper, then if you want to put an application, you put it in.
He's already got an application in, don't
probably.
you? Yeah, I thought you did.
So, but, other than that, I mean, I know myself, I've been pretty busy around traffic on 67, State Road 1. Last month, there's one shift I called on duty. 30 minutes later, I had 3 vehicles pulled over in total, all for 45 over on State Road 1, or Meridian, so. So, we're trying to focus on 67, State Road 1, kind of slow traffic down, especially with school being out. Trying to be more vigilant, people seeing us out there, and people feeling safer, hopefully, so. You guys have any questions for me?
I
No,
got
I
it.
don't have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy,
Yeah.
since Gloria's not here, unless you want to talk for her. I didn't think so. Up there on new business, skipped over the proposals for the mowing the overgrown houses. We've got 2 of them submitted for that job.
All right, that bid, Susan?
Yeah, one of them's from Cody Bennett, and the other one's from, well, Gary. One does our mowing now. Did you get copies of these? Did you get copies?
I thought I got my copy down. There's 2 bids, wasn't there?
Right,
2 of them?
right. You want to just table this in the next
Yeah, let's
meeting?
just take
It should be on the back of that.
There you got it.
Give him
There's
one.
the one, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's right there. That's separate, there's 2 different ones.
Let's just table that for the next meeting.
You want to do that? Whatever you want to do, we need to get those yards mowed. We can do it now, we only got 2.
It's up to you. You want to make a motion?
I'm sorry.
What do you think? This one here is not a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. That's Gary who does our mowing now.
No, I didn't do it.
It's up to you. Make a motion.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to accept Gary's proposal for mowing our houses, abandoned properties, because it was much cheaper than the other one. If anybody wants to look at them, you're more than welcome to come up and check them out.
We got the same, we got a motion, we got a
I
second.
can't what?
Same one does it this year.
Yeah, Gary.
This is just
Yeah.
another overgrown property.
This is for the properties that people don't mow, and we have to go in and mow them. So that's what this is for.
What's Gary's last name?
So,
Brady.
Brady, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so I made a motion to accept Gary Brady's offer.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Okay, now you go on with the rest of your business.
I think we're done except for the public comments.
Yep.
G. Reed, Land by the Railroad.
Hello,
Hi there.
hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm here because of we were here at the last board meeting regarding the property across from the fire department. That plot of land that Mr. Phillips plants corn or watermelon this year, I guess, on. Anyway, went up to the courthouse, I think it was the next morning, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bill? And actually it was myself, my mom, which if you don't know, my mom is Dorothy Quakenbush. Yes. And Bill and Mary Hall went with me. So we went up there to the clerk's office. Mr. Phillips does not own that property. That property is still owned by the railroad. That's the last thing that they've had since 2005. So I know the last meeting, Jimmy said, you said you would provide documentation
I got it.
at this meeting.
I sure have.
Can you show us?
I'm gonna wait till you get done talking. You got the floor.
Okay, well, with that said, if Jimmy can provide it and he has ownership, then great. If not, then I would ask the board to
You leave me?
relieve you. Yeah, we would love that. To have Jimmy continue this year, since it's almost over anyway, growing his watermelon, but ask him not to plant there, to keep it going back to what it was, the walkway path.
We only have one problem. If you say the railroad still owns that property,
Yeah,
we have no jurisdiction over that. So we can't tell him, I mean,
well,
the
I'm sure.
railroad, him and the railroad are discussing terms.
You what?
Him and the railroad's got,
No, they don't have special terms.
no,
Because
no, they've got a court date coming up.
the railroad?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
About what?
I
You
can't
sued the
tell you.
railroad.
Sorry.
Oh my
If you want to know that information, you have to get with Jimmy and discuss that with him. Okay, go ahead, Bill.
But I got one thing. When we're up there, we check this out. There is no parcel attached to any of that ground from the post office all the way to Maine. That whole strip of ground does not have a parcel number. If it does not have a parcel number, it cannot be taxed. It's not taxed. Nobody's paid tax on that piece of land. That whole strip of land, all the way from the post office, all the way to Maine.
Hey, you're not gonna argue out of me. Like I
all.
said,
That's all. You-
that's
keep
the
going.
railroad.
Are you done?
He's not paying one penny.
Yeah, I just, are you filling in for the attorney?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted paperwork.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I have a copy of what she provided us.
You should have a lease out of the town hall too for the railroad leasing to the town from back in about
Yeah.
304.
That's good, Mark, you said that because it has come to light that a former clerk treasurer said that there was an agreement with the town to lease that property. That clerk treasurer said it was in the safe when she left. She said, I don't know what's happened to it since, if it's in there or not, but she said it was in the safe where the town was leasing that property of land. Okay?
$1 a year, wasn't it?
Yeah, $1 a year. And that was when my mom was on the board.
Yep.
There was just a thing in the newspaper a couple weeks ago in the history section, this day in history, that it was discussed at the board meeting back in, I think it was 2003, kind of that initial discussion, but I think it went forward after that, so. Just to give you a rough time frame of where to look for it, that the town hall would be in that 2003, 2004 range.
Yeah. And I guess from that, and Jimmy, you said, what did you say earlier? Relieve you of your,
Property if you want me, are you done yet?
no, I was
Okay,
coming back.
go on.
But you said
done,
you,
let me have my 5 minutes, okay?
okay, I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, but anyway, as the board, I wish all the board was here because this is my personal opinion. And Jimmy's a nice person, I've known him for years, but I don't think he's the person for the president of the town board. I don't think he brings to the community what we need.
Why is that? What does he not have
Well,
that the board doesn't, I mean,
he's got all his junk cars on his property that's not supposed to be there. I live directly across his slumlord house, yellow house. If anybody wants to know, I live on the corner. They're down from the elementary, 2-story blue house. And Jimmy's property is across the street. And all the property Jimmy owns. I don't know, do you own any more than those 3?
I mean, are we judging him on the fact of the property he owns, the clothes he wears, the God he worships, or are we gonna allow him to do a job as a citizen?
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
No, it doesn't, has nothing.
That to do with religion.
I didn't say it did, I'm asking is that what we're judging people on? Because that's the way I'm taking this.
No,
I don't take it that way at all.
I do.
Now, listen, listen. She's got the table, let her have the table.
no, I'm not doing that, judging Jimmy. I am judging him on his properties because I do think Jimmy could fix them up or let him tear them down because that's what needs to be done with them. That's
Okay.
it.
All right, let me take over. 2005, Montgomery County landowners took the railroads. They went bankrupt. Penn Central went bankrupt. All right, Conrail took them over. Then Conrail sold it to Norfolk and Southern and CSX Railroad. They split it. But there were 625 miles of railroad in Indiana that had the landowners owned it. So they went to court in Montgomery County and they won their land back. If you read the back of this page right here, it says, I'll read the whole page. On January 18, 2005, the court gave final approval to a settlement agreement and the above referenced class action. As part of this agreement, the court has entered a declaratory judgment regarding title as between the class members and the defendant, Consolidated Rail Corporation, Conrail, for each county in which abandoned Conrail railroad corridors are located. Enclosed is a certified copy of the declaratory judgment for your county, which will serve to put parties who are researching title to these properties on notice of the declarations of title contained in the judgment. Enclosed also is a check, an amount of $3 to cover the cost of recording the judgment in your county's judgment book. I would appreciate your returning me a file stamped copy of the recorded judgment in the envelope provided along with the book and page number where it's been recorded. Thank you for your cooperation and assistance in this regard. Now, if you have questions, please contact Arlene G. Anderson, an attorney at my office, or Monica Dabble, paralegal, at 317-633-8787. Very truly yours, Price, Wachowski, Riley, and Debo. On the back page, if you want to turn it over, it says, court issued its final order in judgment, in which it finally approved the agreement and held that it was fair, reasonable, and adequate pursuit to Indiana TR 23E. In accordance with the terms of this agreement, the court issues this declaratory judgment on the 18th day of January 2005. It's hereby ordered, adjudged, and decreed that with respect to claims of title asserted by Conrail and its past or present officers, directors, agents, servants, attorneys, employees, predecessors, intervenors, successors, shareholders, subsidiaries, parents, affiliate, and assigned an abandoned railroad corridor properly formerly operated by Conrail, which is located in Jay County and which is further identified in Exhibit A, this court declares that Conrail has disclaimed all rights, titles, and interest in such corridor which it may have as of October the 8th, 2004, the effective date of the settlement agreement, including its rights to any structures, ballasts, or tracks thereon, insofar as title to the settlement corridors or to portions thereof in which Conrail held fee title has not passed to other persons or entities prior to October the 8th, 2004 through sales of such property, prior adjudications of title in the court of law, or eminent domain, proceedings in pursuit to IC 3223110. This court declares and adjures that the title held by settlement class members to adjoining settlement corridor property is superior to any interest held by Conrail in the same property. The court further finds that it is not within the scope of this declaratory judgment to resolve title disputes between individuals resulting from prior sales of portions of the settlement corridors, and that such disputes, to the extent any have arisen or may arise, must be resolved in the appropriate venue by the individual parties concerned. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I pay taxes on that property. And my property down there is a part of the west half and northeast quarter, 0.31 acres, west half. And the northeast quarter, 0.104 east, Evans, first edition. Now, the President of the United States of America sold Evan Evans some land. And Evan Evans, sold it to the town of Redkey. And then they plotted it off. And when they plotted it off, they sold it off. Now then, Evan Evans sold to Redkey, and Redkey sold to Rachel Lake. And she bought it in 1870. She held on till 1903. All right, then it went to Ab Davis and his wife. Ab Davis and his wife, when they got it, they held on to it. And in 1950, Ab Davis sold 50 feet of his land to Harry White to build a new house on it. He come back and he bought 12 feet, and he come back and he bought 10 feet. So the only thing off of my property that's been sold, my property right here it is, everybody can see it, you can go to the courthouse. My property runs right down West Main Street and adjoins Ash Street. Ash Street is in the town of Redkey, and the railroad. The railroad had 40 feet on one side and 20 feet on the other side, so they could load cattle on both sides. Now, then I give these papers, the railroad people that own that land from here to Dunkirk. And it wasn't long, too long ago, they come here about 5 or 6 years ago, and they was gonna put a walk trail from Redkey to Dunkirk. And I asked the guy, I said, what are you gonna do about us people who owns that land? He said, we're gonna buy you out. And he didn't buy us out. He kept it just like it was. Now, everybody from here to Dunkirk owns the land on that railroad track. Norfolk and Southern don't own a dime. They bought it and they come to town and put a spur in it. But everybody owns that land, and they even had back in a class action lawsuit, they had telephone lines on there and cable TV on through their lines and stuff. So they had a class action lawsuit with different states down the line. And I own it, I pay the taxes on it, and I still pay the taxes on it. And while I'm at it, I'm going to read you a little story right here. You can go over at the courthouse and look this up. This is a corporate quitclaim deed. The J County School Corporation deeds a quitclaim deed to the town of Redkey for $1. That's how much land they deeded to them. All that part or parcel of lot number 15 in the original plot of the town of Redkey, Indiana, described as commencing at the southeast corner of the said lot and running thence due north 26 feet, thence in a northwesterly direction 45 feet, then south 22 feet to a point of the south line of said lot, thence in a southeasterly direction on and along the south line of said lot 58 feet to the place of beginning. Grantor herein certifies there is no Indiana gross income tax that is due the state of Indiana. All right, it's received for record this 21st day of May 1976 at 4:20 o'clock and recorded in book number 136, page 688, 191, Grant Smith. This is in Redkey's edition. I'm in Evan Evans' edition. My taxes is in Evan Evans' edition. I don't know how in the world that schoolhouse got there, but it got there when Rachel Lake owned it from 1870 to 1903. I don't know if she died or left town or what. That's the truth. But you know what? It's going to be settled because Norfolk and Southern come down. They cut my trees down on my property and left them. And then they went down there on my watermelon patch and dumped the whole thing full of tree limbs. So they're going to court. I got them sued. They're going to court.
I guess they must who gets their.
That's all right. Let's go to court. Now, when we go to court, let's see what happens. Now,
Let's see what happens,
let's go see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Yes. We're going.
Good.
Yeah, we're going.
Who's next
Jimmy,
on
I
this,
live
Jimmy?
across from where your watermelon patch is at. According to what you're saying to this plot map, that means you own half of my property?
No, no.
Because it's
I own
included in
everything.
Evan's addition that they never put in there.
Do what now?
Between me and Mrs. Smith,
You're in Evan's second edition.
okay?
You're in
But
Evan's
there's
second
no
edition.
taxes paid on that strip. It's not in my name. It's not in Mrs. Smith's name. But we still take care of it. But the property behind us where you got that patch at is no taxes paid on it.
Right, here's the tax receipt. Right, here's my
Not,
tax
you need to have it appraised. That
Okay,
is
I
not
don't
for
have to
that.
have it appraised. I got the abstract at home. I can tell you the president had it, Evan Evans had it, Rachel Lake had it, everybody on
So
that.
you're basically saying you're filing eminent
School
domain.
corporation.
We're not gonna argue about this,
Chris, next on the list.
because this meeting's gonna be over just in a minute. Okay, Roger, what do you want to say?
Well, I went up to the courthouse, went to the records office, recorder. And every plot of land up there, you can bring it up, they bring it up, tell you exactly who owns it. And that plot of land up there has not got his name on it.
Whose name's on it, Roger?
It says HOP.
What's that mean?
That's why I asked Angie. I know her, she's the head recorder. Every buying, yeah, anyway. And so I went across to the lawyer's office and talked to them. But I will say this, it does not have your name on it. That's it. I know that. I don't know what the HOP, and be honest about it, I haven't been back up there because I've been busy and it's either been, they're closed or what. So
Have you got a deed to that property?
Do I?
Yeah, do you?
No.
Does the courthouse have a deed?
I don't know, I didn't ask him, I just asked him whose
Did you
name.
go to the treasurer's office and ask?
I know, there,
Did
when
you go
I,
to the treasurer's office and ask for the taxes? Who pays the taxes on this land?
Yeah, I did.
they said nobody, because that's not their name. They had the lady
All
come
right,
over.
let's see, now it's 10 minutes to 7. We've done let extra people talk. We got one more person want to hand up. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. You had your hand up. I'll let you talk. You want to come up here, you just want to sit down. I don't care.
No, I just said here, I'm not against anybody, but listen, I've been to every meeting, and we've discussed properties that look bad. We've discussed doing something with them. That's the only reason I'm hanging in here, is because of that. I think we've got a lot more to worry about.
Yeah, a
Houses
lot.
falling in, than to worry about a few plants along the railroad. I'm not saying I'm with him or against you, I'm just saying that is minor compared to what Redkey needs right now.
Let me tell you something.
It'll go down from there though.
We'll start next meeting tonight because I'm going to go home. This meeting's going to be over with in about 2 or 3 more minutes.
I'm on the agenda.
You have an agenda.
I don't see it on the agenda.
It's over there on the sheet. It's on the sheet.
All right, let me see.
Oh, I should have been on the agenda.
Let me see.
Bill Hall was. Yeah, I got it.
Bill Hall, you're first on. Heather, you're next. You got what, 3 minutes?
Well, he's not here to complain, he's got business.
No, I'm not here to complain.
Yeah, he's got business, so we can talk as long as we want. He's not here to complain.
I'm not here today.
He's here for business.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, today I want to talk about the Hometown Heroes project. And this past year, we placed 48 veterans around town. We took on Meridian Street and down on West Main Street.
And they look good.
Thank you, and we've had tremendous response from that project, and it's all been good response. Now, we want to talk about next year's Hometown Heroes banners. I've got several right now that's wanting to be on the banners. So I called Wilshire Metals this morning to talk to them about what the cost would be on the brackets, and it'll be the same as last year, which is $98 per set. It takes 2 brackets to hold a banner, and the banner is double-sided. So what I want to do today, I want to talk to you guys about whether we can get the funding next year. I know it's a ways off, but I want to get the applications out in September of this year before we order brackets. We done it opposite last year. We got the brackets first, then we end up getting a lot more applications than we anticipated. So we ended up with 48 veterans, which was 24 banners.
Is that more? Is that more that you've already got up or what?
No, we have got 48 up there right now, which is 24 sets. They're back to back. So there's 24
How many people have you got turned in for another picture?
for 48.
No, he needs more.
You got 48 people wanting the pictures up?
We're not for next year. I don't have anybody yet. I got 6 already wanting to do it, but I need to talk to you guys today about whether I can get funding.
How many brackets have you got left over?
I got 1 set left over from last
The
year.
first time we paid $48,
No.
we got $130 worth, and the next time you brought 9 brackets for $800 something.
No, the brackets, if the brackets are $98 a set. If they're $96 if they're not pre-drilled. We have to have ours drilled because they're going in a wooden post. So they're $2 extra a bracket. So they're $98 a set. So if an individual was to pay for his own banner, his own bracket, he would buy one bracket and the next guy would buy the other bracket. So it would only cost him $48 for a bracket, $45 for his banner. But since go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, I can't, I mean, I'm old and everything, but the veterans don't have to buy the brackets, right?
No, they can. We had some last year bought 3 sets. The Grady's bought their own brackets. Blakely, I believe, bought their own brackets. But they can buy them if they choose. But it's just an added expense, and we would like to have the town to help out with that cost to do this program.
Well, why don't you wait and see how many bracket people you got and tell us how many more brackets you're gonna need?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was the issue I got into last year. I run right up to the.
You still ain't out of brackets, you got a couple brackets.
I got enough for one bracket, which would be 2 soldiers
Okay.
for that. So,
But the soldiers is paying you $45 for the veteran.
yes, they're not paying me, but they're paying Christina Mollenkamp.
Well, will they come down this winter?
Yes, they come down.
Brackets?
We'll be hanging the Christmas decorations up sometime with Heather.
They'll come down on Veterans Day, or after Veterans Day.
Yeah, so then we'll be having Christmas decorations up. So they get stored away in a nice dry place, and
So you're not
then
gonna be putting that up this winter anyway, this fall.
no.
So, all right.
So in September, I will place applications at the places I did last year, city building and Mark's Redkey Junction place, and Citadel's, and a few other places, and also the Chamber of Commerce in Portland will place applications there, and then we'll go from there. But if you'd rather I got all the application in first and
Yeah,
come to
see
you.
what you're at.
Yeah, so we can do it that way.
You do that way.
The town gave us $2,034 last year for brackets. That was $1,152 the first round, and then we purchased, I think 9 sets after that. So, but, okay, thank you for that. And I got one other thing I wanted to address. I just got this yesterday, that we're going to be teaming up with Ball State Muncie Food Hub to bring in fresh produce to Redkey on September 11th. They'll have a refrigerated trailer they're going to bring around, and they'll have some stands set up for free produce for Redkey residents, which consists of sweet corn, watermelons, and just locally grown stuff. And most of the stuff will be coming from Yorktown Spronger's food farm, or produce farm. Spronger's. Yeah, Spronger's. Yeah, in Yorktown. And but what we would need permission for, we want to do this at the gazebo on September 11th at 5:15. But we'll need access to plug in our one table where we'll be cooking some hot food for a demonstration. So it won't take much electricity. The food trailer will have its own generator, be powered by itself, and we're going to set that up on the back side of the gazebo on the angle road. And the people coming in will come in that way to get their bag of fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. So, but I would need permission to set up there and permission to use some power at the gazebo for the hot plate.
Okay, you need a motion?
I make a motion to give them permission to use it and to plug into the juice.
Second,
Bill,
third.
it's September 11th and October 20th.
Yes, there's 2 dates. There's 2 dates, one in October and one in September. I think October 23rd, yeah. Same time at 5:15, be doing it for 1 hour only.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
We got the motion.
Yeah.
All say aye.
Aye. Pass.
I'll make this quick because I don't want to be sued.
Okay.
You can pass this around. It's for your consideration, a memorandum of understanding between the town board and the Redkey Community Development. My friend ran out of ink,
so it's the only copy I have, but it's just a draft. Would love to work with a town board member,
And you took the whole
and actually
thing
it
down.
counts. It's just one more
Oh,
thing.
you gotta read it.
I'd love to work with a town board member. Basically, I'll just read what I have here. Establish a cooperative partnership between the town of Redkey and the Redkey Community Development to preserve and restore the historical fire station, and then it would define the responsibilities. It would basically leave the building with the town. No major decisions would be made without the town board's consent. Obviously, we're not gonna restructure the whole thing, and, yeah, pretty much the memorandum of understanding is right there, you can read it. And along those lines, we would like to also form a committee, historical committee, to basically, because the town board has the town board government activities to do, and the town of Redkey is important to a lot of people historically wise, and we need to maintain that, that history. And we want to create a committee. Well, the town board would create a committee. We already have 2 members that we want to put on it, and then we require a town board member. And basically, the Redkey Community Development would work with this historic committee and get stuff approved through the town. We wouldn't take loans out, we don't own the building, we don't want financial control of it, we just need, simply put, some form of paperwork that says we have the authority to apply for grants and different things like that to improve the building.
Well, nice job on that city building.
Thank you.
Very nice job. And that city building is in the National Historical Register.
Right,
in
and
1990.
we want
I
to,
don't think it can be tore down or sold or nothing, can it?
right, but we want to improve it, we want to be able to use it
On the
actively.
National Register.
It's
Because,
on the National Register in 1990. And I think they got a $1,500 grant for putting it on there or whatever it was to use it. you know.
well, right now, it's not usable for pretty much anything other than open the bay doors and sit in there. So, I know that 2026-3 memorandum or ordinance concerns renting the building out, but it's not.
But now what you got right there, you want us to read it?
I want you, it's a memorandum of understanding between the town of Redkey and the Redkey Community Development, the nonprofit that we're part of. We're growing, we have like 8 members now, and the whole point of our organization is to improve the town any way we can. Right now, we're working with the Gasping Days Committee. I guess more the clock dedication, rededication will be noon on Saturday of Gasping Days after the parade. They're planning some kind of rededication ceremony. There's a lot of interest in utilizing the building in some way or another, but the whole point of, before we can do that, we have to get it up to par. Because right now, the only time we use it is we open the bay doors and people don't go any further than those open doors. So, if you could read that, go over it, get back with me, or Bill, he's the president of the organization. And,
Attorney on the bill will help you.
what's that?
City attorney on the bill will help you with something.
Right. I just don't want, no offense, I don't want to waste money and we don't have to until it's time for them to approve it, so. Amy, did you have anything else? I had a bunch of stuff said, but I'll keep it short and sweet.
You need this back.
No, I have a digital copy. I can email a digital copy if anybody needs it. So that's just a rough draft. We could work on it however. So you guys got anything?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I got one more thing, I'm gonna read this.
Email you one.
Adoption and training on internal control standards. The Indiana State Board of Accounts is required under Indiana Code 511-127E to define the acceptable minimum level of internal control standards. To provide clarifying guidance, the state examiner complied with standards contained in the manual, Uniform Internal Control Standards for Indiana political subdivisions. All political subdivisions subject to audit by the State Board of Accounts are expected to adhere to these standards. The standards include adequate control activities. According to this manual, control activities are the actions and tools established through policies and procedures that help to detect, prevent, or reduce the identified risks that interfere with the achievement of objectives. Detection activities are designed to identify unfavorable events in a timely manner, whereas prevention activities are designed to deter the occurrence of an unfavorable event Examples of these activities include reconciliations, authorizations, approval processes, performance reviews, and verification processes. Internal controls were not in place to ensure that capital asset ledgers were maintained and physical inventory was performed. The town did not maintain a complete detailed listing of all capital assets that reflected their capitalization value. Additionally, no evidence was provided that a complete physical inventory had been performed at least every 2 years. Every unit must have a capital assets policy that details the threshold at which an item is considered a capital asset. Every unit must have a complete detailed listing of all capital assets owned, which reflects their acquisition value.
Yeah.
Capital asset ledger form 369.
No,
as
not
been
yet.
described. Internal controls were not in place to ensure that comp time records were properly maintained and payments for comp time were for documented hours occurred. In addition, internal controls were not in place to ensure payroll payments to one employee were calculated correctly. During payroll testing for one utility employee, we selected a payroll from 2020 and one from 2023 and were not able to determine the employee was paid the correct rates according to the salary ordinance. The employee was paid for comp time during the audit period. The comp time was recorded and reported by the employee on their timesheets for hours worked in excess of 8 hours per day and for weekend hours, which were approved by a town council member. Subsequent to time worked as noted by initials on the time cards. This approval was in conflict with the town's personnel policy regarding overtime, which states in part, any employee must work a standard 40-hour week before qualifying for any additional compensation, as may be determined and authorized by the annual salary ordinance. The policy also required the overtime to be approved in advance of time worked. Also, there was no service record maintained that tracked comp time balances. The employee submitted claims for payment of comp time in excess of the amount of comp time earned as documented on the time card for 2023. The town paid the employee quarterly for his accrued comp time, overtime, and some vacation time. The employee was reimbursed for comp time at a rate of time and a half his regular salary. To calculate the time and a half rate, the employee's salary as approved in the salary ordinance was converted to an hourly rate based on a 40-hour week. In addition, the salary ordinance stated the wastewater operator shall receive an additional $179.53 each week to his regular weekly salary for all plant operations and testing for 7 days a week. However, the $179.53 was instead factored into his base pay rate, increasing his hourly rate used for paying comp time at time and a half. The plant operations and testing that occurred after normal working hours, Monday through Friday, and on weekends were included in comp time occurred by and paid to the employee. The compensation and benefits paid to officials and employees must be included in the labor contract, salary ordinance resolution, or salary schedule adopted by the governing body, unless otherwise authorized by law. Compensation must be paid in a manner that will facilitate compliance with state and federal reporting requirements, accounting and uniform compliance guidelines, manual for cities and towns. Each unit is responsible for complying with the ordinances, resolutions, and policies it adopts. Accounting and uniform compliance guidelines manual for cities and towns, Chapter 1.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
Jimmy,
finish this.
not to cut you off
I'm
or
not gonna
anything,
finish
but,
this. I'll finish at the next meeting.
yeah,
I need
what's
a motion
that?
to close the meeting.
What's that about? What's that over?
That's the audit that they did us a year ago.
Okay, all right,
But then you want,
I'm good.
you want to make a motion that we close.
I make a motion, we close this meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.